So first of all, do you have any general comments on the tournament so far?
I think it's a pretty great tournament. The format, which all players can bring different decks after every single round, is really interesting. That there's been a lot of different strategies in like who brings what, whether people counter specific players or whether they just bring decks against the field.
Yeah, the format as the Conquest is the most typical one, but the added ban kind of makes it more exciting, and also the fact they can change the decks between the first group stage, second group stage, and the top 8. That adds another layer to the strategy, and we have seen some interesting choices from players, like some of the stuff that Monk mentioned there, like whether to try to adjust to your opponent or maybe make yourself something that your opponent can't predict, so, and maybe try to throw them off a little bit. I think it's really cool, and preparations and smart planning pays off for some of the players.
So you're both players yourselves. Do you have that kind of tingling feeling that you'd like to be here yourselves playing?
Well, I actually haven't played in about a year, but yeah, one day I'll get back into it maybe.
Well, I had the option to play or to cast, but I thought that it was more fitting this time around for me to cast, because I've had a bit of a vacation during the summer, and maybe some of my my preparations would have been a little bit off. So I just thought that casting is pretty fun. This is an event that I definitely wanted to come to. So, and if I was not playing, casting was like the best thing.
So what are you predicting for the next matches that we're going to see and for the final?
Well, even before the tournament started, I looked at the list of 32 players and I thought Hoy would probably be the winner of the tournament. That was my prediction. And he's in the final 4, so I'm going with him all the way.
Yeah, my early prediction was Life Gods, but obviously he's now been eliminated, so I gotta go with Hoy. So just that 3-0 in his quarterfinal, it was quite convincing, and I think he's done his homework, and all the strategies that he's using here, he has had a lot of practice with them, and just based on the statistics during the recent months, he's been really consistent, and I think he has the best chances out of the play.
You just mentioned Life Coach being one of the top names. Are there any other surprises, some names in the top 8 that you weren't expecting, or some names that you were expecting in the finals but haven't shown up?
I think all the players in the top 8 are not really surprises. There were 7 invited players, and in general, in pretty much every tournament, the invited players tend to do slightly better. So Martin Creek is the only qualified player, but he exited out of the top 8. So I would say just in general, no surprises whatsoever.
Yeah, no real big surprise. Even Martin Creek, who came through the Open qualifiers, managed to get to the top 8. He's a professional player, so it's not a surprise that he went through either. I think it's really cool to see Tom 6-0, 229. Most of the players here are Europeans. We did have 2 Americans, and then we have Tom, who's from Taiwan. So personally, I feel pretty good. I'm kind of happy for him, even though I don't know the guy, because he travels from so far away. That I'm happy that he's doing well in the tournament.
Well, thank you, and we'll see how it turns out.